Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, all power, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach well and rule well, who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations and blessings to the Akyam, the fellow laborers, the hopeful elect, pushing this truth at risk of their own lives throughout the four corners of the earth. And to the Akwath listening and learning in sincerity and in truth and in silence, Shalom. It's your brother Shema from the GMS Toronto camp here in Toronto, here with another lesson. Alright, we'll get right into it. Alright, I'm scrolling through my news alerts looking for a topic, and this jumped out at me. Spirit hopped on me to speak on it. Right, it says here, he made a fake ICE deportation tip line, then a kindergarten teacher called. Right, and we're going to listen to the interaction on TikTok. Right, but in a nutshell, what this is, Ben Palmer, a stand-up comic in Nashville, has built a following online with his signature style of elaborate deadpan pranks, stumbling his way onto court TV shows and pyramid scheme calls to poke fun at the latest absurdities of American life. Right? So he made up, this was a prank that he did online, right? He set up a fake tip line that people could use to report anyone they thought was an undocumented immigrant. Right, so we're going to listen to the interaction between him and this lady, and Lord will, we'll get some scripture. Matter of fact, we'll open with a scripture. Right? I had this is the one that came to mind, Psalm 73 and 5, but I'm going to open with Jeremiah 15. Jeremiah 15 and 5, and it reads, "For who shall have pity upon thee?" Right, the Israelites. Right, it says here, "O Jerusalem," right, the Israelites. Who's going to have pity on the Israelites? Israel being a people before it's a place. You so-called indigenous, you so-called Latino, you so-called Negro. Or who shall bemoan thee? Right? These other nations don't give two fucks, especially Esau. Right? We are the dregs of society, right? We are the have-nots. We are the captive exiles, hastening to be loosed, right? We are the bottom, not the top. We are the tail, not the head. It says there, who shall bemoan thee? None of these nations care. Let's look at this word bemoan in the online etymology, right? Especially Esau. And the woman who called in, the kindergarten teacher, she has an Edomite spirit. They don't show her image or anything, but her talk is in the spirit of an Edomite. It says here, bemoan, verb, Middle English, bimonin, from late Old English, beminen, to express sorrow for, wail, lament, right? Who shall bemoan thee? Who's going to wail for the Israelites? Israel being a people for its place. Who's going to lament? Who expresses sorrow? Right? None of these nations, especially Esau. If you're a middle class Jake, right? Middle class ain't doing too well, right? But if you're a middle class Jake and you have something, the first thing out of Esau's mouth is, you must have did something crooked to acquire that. How do you have that? You can't afford to live here, right? But the point being, nobody gives two flying fucks about the Israelites. Israel being a people before it's a place. We are infamy amongst the people. We are clapped at and hissed. Let's get that. Lamentations 2. These other nations love to see us on the bottom. But it's the punishment. This is the will of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai. Right? The Lord put us in this condition. Lamentations 2 and 15. I want to read this in NLT. Lamentations 2 and 15. And then we'll go into the skit, Lord will. The prank this comedian ran on a quote unquote kindergarten teacher calling in. Lamentations 2 and 15 KJV. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem. Right, the Israelites. Israel being a people before it's a place. Scriptures say, I have likened Israel to a comely and delicate woman. Saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? NLT. All who pass by jeer at you. Right, these are the nations. Right? They scoff and insult beautiful Jerusalem. Right? The people before it's a place. Saying, is this the city called most beautiful in all the world? Right, listen, all these nations know who we are. Ishmael says it all the time. You guys don't stick together. You guys don't know who you are. Is this the city called most beautiful in all the world and joy of all the earth? Right? And we were cast down. The Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, cast us down. Right? Put us in a low estate. To be mocked, jeered at, deleted, poisoned. Right? And made drunk with the wine being the philosophies of Esau Edom. Let's watch this prank.
And leave the child. I have my own hotline for reporting illegal immigrants, and people call it thinking that it's legitimate. I talked to a kindergarten teacher that wants to deport the parents of a kindergartner at her school. And it looks like they have a child who was born in New York, which makes them an American citizen.
Yeah.
So we're looking to deport the parents and leave the child.
Right. Like I said, I don't know if they're here illegally. I just think it's odd, you know? It's very odd.
What did you say was odd?
It's just odd for them to even be here. Like, I'm a teacher at a school. Okay, I know schools. I know the whole law about schools. I mean, they seem like nice people or whatever, but I looked them up in our files, and I was like, oh, she was born in Honduras, and he's born in El Salvador. So right there.
Right? She's now profiling, which is a Edomite. Edomites profile all the time, man. Right? So she now profiled these Northern Kingdom, a Honduras woman and an El Salvadorian man. Right? Let's continue.
Looks like they have it.
It's like, okay, maybe I'm on the right path. You know, they drop off, but I looked them up in our files, and I was like, oh, she was born in Honduras, and he's born in El Salvador. So right there, it's like, okay, maybe I'm on the right path. You know, they drop off their kid every day.
So their kid is their kid a student at your school?
Yes.
One of your
kindergarten.
Okay, so now you want to get his parents deported?
Well, I'm just saying, if they're taking up resources from our county,
Okay.
I'm not into illegal people being here.
I mean, if the son's in kindergarten.
Taking up resources from our county. Right? And this woman who strikes me as an Edomite in the spirit, because she's speaking like an Edomite, right? She's also drunken of the wine of Babylon, right? She's pumped, she's proud, she thinks her shit don't stink, right? What are these people doing here, right? But first and foremost, how did the Babylonians, how did the Edomites get here? Job. Some remove the landmarks. Job 24 and 2. And it reads, Some remove the landmarks, right? The landmarks, the borders. They violently take away flocks and feed thereof, right? And that's how Esau gets everything. He's a pillager, a thief, right? Remove the landmarks. He changes borders. They violently take away flocks and feed thereof, right? They take by the sword, via the sword, and then they reap the benefits, right? Whether it be resources, it's always resources. Oh, this land is sitting on an estimated value of 2.9 billion, whatever, precious metals. Esau gonna roll in there with tanks, or he's gonna be subtle about it and set up a coup and put in a puppet leader, right? This is what he's always done. Verse 3, they drive away the ass of the fatherless, right? And who's the fatherless? Right? You got Jakes out here. 2/3 of our people, right? They have no wisdom, no knowledge, no understanding. Why? They've been given the wine bottle, the wine being the philosophy, the democracy, the pseudoscience of Esau Edom. They've been given that to drink. So they have no direction. Right? They're wild bulls in a net. They take the widow's ox for a pledge. Right? They take resources and then they make a profit on it. Right? They make it impossible for you to make a living. Right? When Esau Edom rolled up in the land of America, the West, right? The Northern Kingdom was living off the land, farming, agriculture. Granted, they're going off and into idols and fighting amongst themselves, infighting. Right? They're still living off the land. They knew how to live off the land. Right? Esau came in, saw the resources, wiped them out, and took it. Verse 4, they turn the needy out of the way. The needy, who are the needy? The Israelites. Israel being a people before it's a place. Turn them out of what way? The old paths, the ways of Yahweh Shem Shai. They come and they give you Cesare Borgia, right? They give you that wine bottle to drink, right? Twofold. They give you wine, as in physical, carnal wine, and they give you wine, which is spiritual fornication, democracy, Esau's philosophies. The poor of the earth hide themselves together. Let's continue.
He's 6 or 7, right?
Yeah, he's probably like 5. And if they're taking up resources from our county,
Okay.
I'm not into illegal people being here.
Yeah, stolen resources.
I mean, if the son's in kindergarten, what, he's 6 or 7,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he's probably like 5 or 6.
And he was born in New York, so that means, assumingly, they've been in America for 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
And now we're going to go ahead and just remove them.
Are you like questioning that or what do you know?
Yeah. Sorry, no, I'm just writing this down for my own
Okay.
personal notes, and my supervisor teaches at school wants kindergarten child's parents
You
deported.
make it sound terrible. You make it sound like it's terrible, but
Oh, well, I'm just writing down what you're
Yeah.
telling me.
okay. Well, yeah, okay.
Sounds terrible. So I'm gonna write that down too, I guess. And that's Hispanic in an area where you wouldn't normally see Hispanics. Okay.
Right.
You see? You see? What are you doing here? You don't belong up here. Up here is too wealthy. You belong below south of you belong south of Fifth Avenue. That's where all the quote unquote Hispanics are, right? Esau and his pride. Psalm 73 and 5, and it reads, They are not in trouble as other men, right? Esau, right? He's the hammer of the earth, right? The Lord put him as ruler of this world, right? The Lord set him up, the basis of men. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men, right? That's why you have generational wealth within Esau, generations, right? 15, 16 generations of Esau, and they're well off, and they look down, they disdain Jacob, Israel being a people before it's a place, right? They have up here in Canada, they have silent racism, right? It's not direct, it's not in your face, but it's quiet, right? They'll smile with you, but it's quiet. They'll smile with you, but they want to put daggers in your back. Verse 6, therefore pride compasses them about as a chain, right? They're proud, right? They're 16, 15, 18 generations of wealth passed down. They're proud, man. They're not in trouble as anybody else. They don't gotta rely on food stamps. Although we're starting to see a reversal of the curses. Esau is starting to go through it, man. Right? Deuteronomy 30 and 7. Esau is starting to go through it, as well as these other nations. Starting to catch hell. And that's prophecy. And Esau can't take adversity. Esau runs in a Walmart and offs everybody and himself the minute adversity hits. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain, right? They're surrounded with pride. They ooze pride. Violence covereth them as a garment, right? They live by the sword. Their blessing is a sword. And we're about to see Esau's horns and Esau's violence turn up. Verse 7, their eyes stand out with fatness, right? Their blessing is also the fatness of the earth. They have more than heart could wish. They have everything, man. Beginning with their nobles, Esau's nobles. These ruling class elites, the banking families. They are corrupt, right? They're not righteous. And speak wickedly concerning oppression, right? Pull up your bootstraps. You could get it if you work hard. They don't belong here. I'm in a part of town. They shouldn't be here. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily, right? They speak from a high viewpoint. They look down on Israelites. Verse 9, they set their mouth against the heavens, right, beginning with their elites. Right, they blaspheme the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yoshai, right? And they're against the prophets, the men of the Lord. And their tongue walketh through the earth, their tongue, their legislation, their laws, their unrighteous decrees. You can't even pull over in front of a store that you're going to conduct business in and to turn your hazards on, to run inside to make a quick purchase and come out without getting a ticket, a bylaw, an infraction. Right? Esau's wicked.
Like people that are born in another country.
Yeah, because well, I'm just writing down what you're telling me.
Okay. Well, okay.
Sounds terrible. So you can write that down too, I guess. And that's Hispanic in an area where you wouldn't normally see Hispanics. Okay.
Right. Like people that are born in another country.
Yeah, because you normally see those people where?
Like in the city.
Got it. Okay. Hispanics out of place now in country, not where they belong in city. So we were able to confirm that they are documented citizens along with their child.
Oh, good.
So yeah, it's good because we don't have to deport a 6-year-old. And yeah, I mean, that little fella could have been a threat to our national security.
talking to me like this?
Say again?
Why do you talk to me like this?
I'm sorry, what are you referring to?
Like you're like sarcastic.
Oh, okay. I mean, I just thought that maybe you'd be okay and just happy that the people that you reported were actually here legally and that they belong. Just like you and me.
Could I talk to your supervisor? You said you are the supervisor.
Yeah, I just thought.
Yeah. And the Karen, the Karen's starting to come out. Yo, that's the first thing Esau does, right? When he's offended, I want to speak to your manager. Or they turn on Edomite tears, right?
You were gonna be happy.
Yeah, I am happy, but I'm not happy with your attitude. You just said to me, the 6-year-old won't be a threat to national security.
Yeah.
That's sarcastic.
I would think that the people that were.
Yeah, how dare you talk to me, the Edomite, like that, right? Once again, there's no image of this woman, but she's speaking in the spirit of an Edomite.
Deporting, especially 6-year-olds, there would be a good reason for it.
I was talking about the people who I thought they're illegal because they were born in a different country. I can't help that they have a 6-year-old. That's on them.
You know what we'll do? I'll get in touch with the supervisor. I send him a text. When he gets back to me, I'll see if he can follow up with you and others.
And what is his name?
His name is Brian. But yeah, thought you'd be happy to know that they're documented, but we'll have them.
I am happy. I'm super happy. I'm glad. That's wonderful.
Well, it's good. The 6-year-old can stay in the school, and I know it's tough looking at him. But yeah, we'll get on my supervisor just give you a call back in a little bit. My understudy here said you were having some issues with him about some out-of-place Hispanics.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
You sound exactly like Greg. Okay. I just didn't like his attitude.
I really do apologize for that. Looks like Brian said we did confirm the document status of these individuals, and we're happy we were able to do that for you despite the sarcasm and the things that you're complaining about.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that they're fine folks and belong here and all that good stuff. But he was criticizing me because there was a 6-year-old boy involved. You know what I mean? But he's acting like I'm this terrible person because I'm going to deport a 6-year-old. And in fact, he goes today. He goes, because a 6-year-old would be a threat to national security.
I have my own hotline for.
Yeah, that's Esau, man, right? But listen, the Lord is doing a miracle, a work. He's putting the spirit on division. Because listen, hotlines, even though it was a prank, right? The spirit of division is throughout Babylon the Great. Division, right? And that's the will of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Division. Luke 12:51, it reads, "Suppose ye," and these are the words of our Lord Yahweh Shai, red letter, "Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay." Right? The Lord, the Lord's not about peace. Right? Wacky tacky Christians, pray for peace, candlelight visual t-shirts. No. When the Lord returns, he's coming in righteousness to judge and make war. Luke 12:51, "Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay." Nay means no, but rather division, right? So the Lord, the spirit of division, the Lord is putting the spirit on division throughout Babylon the Great, America the Great. Verse 52, "For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father," right? And in the truth, too, there's going to be division, right? There's going to be division within the truth. And we're coming up on the Passover, man. A lot of sifting is going to take place. And the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, right? And your physical, carnal family, right? That from we began our walk in this truth, that began, where we started losing family members in the world who were dear to us. We come into this truth, and they buck up against what it is we believe in, and they wash their hands. And we wash our hands, and we both go in our own directions. Right? Well, yeah, that's it on that. Let me see what else I had here. Right? But Esau's proud. His kingdom is falling. We'll close with this. Zechariah 11:5. It reads, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Right? The Israelites, Israel being a people before it's a place. We are POWs, prisoners of war. We are in the possession of Esau, Edom. We are spoils of war, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Right? They delete us, and nothing comes of it. That's why centurions, right, police can delete Jakes, right, and they'll have a kangaroo court for show, for optics, right, trial, and they're found not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord Yahweh power, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Right? I can pillage you, and you're my property. Ain't nobody care about you. The Lord's not looking. The Lord's with us. Right? Their own shepherds pity them not. They're civil rights leaders. We bought them. They don't care about the affliction of Jacob. The scriptures say they are not concerned with the affliction of Joseph. Right, you Boule ninjas, you A-list, you A-list actors, you athletes, Amos 6 and 6. Amos 6 and 3, ye that put far away the evil day and cause the seed of violence to come near. Right, you leaders of Jake, you civil rights movements, you Boule ninjas, you Jesse Snacksons, right? There's never going to be a time of Jacob trouble, right? Verse 4, that lie upon beds of ivory and stretch themselves upon their couches, right? Because they're rich, carnally rich. They got gold. They living good. And eat the lambs out of the flock. They got the best food that Esau allows them to purchase. And the calves out of the midst of the stall that chat to the sound of the viol and invent themselves instruments of music like David, right? You rappers, right? You producers, you hip-hop rappers that drink wine in bowls and anoint themselves with the chief ointments, right? Salakia. Amos 6 and 5, once again, that chant to the sound of the viol and invent themselves instruments of music like David, right? You rappers, you producers, that drink wine in bowls and anoint themselves with the chief ointments, right? They got, they living good, man. Right, chief ointments, they get the best that Esau allows them to get, the best clothing, right? Fine oils, right? They drinking that chrome on the low, right? But they are not grieved for the affliction of Joseph, right? They don't give two flying fucks about the Israelites, Israel being a people before it's a place, right? Whose shepherds pity them not. Right? They've taken on the attitude of their master, their daddy, Esau. So with that, Kalala Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Bashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach on and rule well. Shalom to the elect.